Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Newberg, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, November 13th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So we'll first off start off looking at active listings here. This last week in Newberg, I show we had three new listings. So pretty slow week in terms of new listings. It's low for the past 8 weeks here. And you can see we had a high of 15 and then a low of 3. This last week, end of this last week, we had 92 homes in total on the market in Newberg. You can kind of see that's down a little bit from the prior 2 or 3 weeks here, but kind of within the range of where it's been. We had a low of 87 and a high of 97, so kind of right in the middle of that range. So pretty steady supply. Median list price and days on market, you can kind of see that's been on the decline in terms of the price. Started at a high of 590, and then it's last 2 weeks now it's been right at 550,000 for median price of the active listings. And then days on market been increasing here over this past month. It's gone from 39 up to 58. So we're right at almost 2 months of average market time for the current active listings in Newberg. So things are definitely sitting on the market, longer these days than they were earlier this year for sure. Moving along to pending sales, this last week I show we had 5 new homes go into pending status. It's been pretty consistent, as you can kind of see over the past 8 weeks. We had a low of 4, high of 8 on a weekly basis, but we've been in total been losing kind of the total number of pending. So this last week we had 34 homes in pending status, from a high of 57 here 8 weeks back. So, definitely lesser things getting into contract these days. Median price and days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see where that's been. We had a low of 500,000 for the first couple of weeks of the period here. Had a high of 540. This last week came in at 532,000. And then days on market, you can kind of see it's been holding actually pretty steady here over this past 4 to 5 weeks now, in the low 40s in terms of average market time for the homes that are actually going pending. So, close to about a month and a half of market time for the homes that are selling right now in Newberg. And then lastly, we'll look at the sold listing activity. So, oops, a little bit too far. As of the time I put this together, I show we had 3 homes go from pending to sold this last week, which you can kind of see is a low for the last 8 weeks here in terms of weekly new sales. This always gets a little adjusted a little bit. We'll see if it pops up a few here in the days to come, but as of right now, it's a low. And then I want to look over the prior 4 weeks of activity. You can kind of see we ended at 35 homes have sold over the prior 4 weeks, and that has been between a range of 29 and 42. So we're in the middle of that, kind of a general increase over the past 8 weeks. I'd expect this number to start kind of coming down though, with just looking at the pendings up above on what's happening there. So we should expect to see kind of a lower number of, the number of closings to actually start decreasing here as we move towards the end of the year. The median sold price and days on market, that's certainly been on the rise on both measures. Had a low of 475,000 8 weeks back, and it's kind of been steadily rising. This last week came in at 520,000 was the median price here in Newberg. Days on market started off at 10, and you can kind of see this last 2 weeks we've been right around 40, 41 days of average market time for the sold listings. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars is the weeks of inventory. We kind of peaked out here at just about 13 weeks of inventory, about 8 weeks back. It's been coming down because of the fairly steady amount of supply, and then we have seen an increase in the number of closings over this 8 weeks. So that's kind of driving this number down a bit, but we were at about 10 and a half weeks of inventory as of this last week, up from about 9 the week prior due to the lower number of closings. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price certainly kind of been on the decline for the most part over this past 8 weeks. We were at about 97% 8 weeks back, and this last week we came in at about 93.5%. So that's pretty significant discount off the original list price of on average to get homes sold. So certainly a result of continuing kind of sellers having to reduce prices from their original asking price, and then buyers continuing to be more aggressive on the offers that they're making. So certainly a slowing market, and getting into one that's certainly kind of getting to be more of a balanced market between buyers and sellers, I would say, at this point in time. And I haven't said that in a long time. It's been such a seller's market for so long. So definitely kind of continues to be a changing landscape out there for sure. So I hope that update has been helpful and informative for you. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, happy to do so. My number is 503-680-2065. If you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in kind of following along on what's happening in your local real estate market. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on that. And lastly, really appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next video.